If you don't believe that, play with him for a few minutes. David had problems in his family, and it took sometimes Joab to straighten him out. And I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, I pray for you. I pray for every member of Family of Faith Church to have a friend like Joab. When Absalom was living in the foreign country, Joab sent a woman to speak to David. And she said, my son, two of them were fighting, and one of them has killed the other one. I'm a widow, and now people want to capture my son and kill him. And David said, he will be all right, and if anyone touches him, they have to deal with me. And then the woman says, King, there's one other matter I'd like to say something about. And he said, say on. And she said, you've spoken to me today the word of God just like you were an angel. And you've given me wise counsel about my family. She said, but your son is not allowed to come home. Why can't you forgive him? You know what David does? He looks at her and he says, Joab's in on this, isn't he? We need friends like Joab. We need friends like Joab. Joab had the nerve. Joab had the nerve when David was mourning too much to come to David and say, you better stop. Because you're acting like you'd be happy if we all died. If you don't straighten up, David, by the end of the day, not one person is going to line up with you. See, it'll be an awesome thing to meet with David. And we enjoy, see, I love music. I love to play and love to sing. But I would like to corner David and say, David, what was it like when the presence of God came on you so strong that the devil had to leave the room? What was it like when the glory of God came in the room so strong because you were singing and playing that the devil himself had to leave Saul just because of you worshiping the Lord? And here's David. The king will joy in thy strength, O Lord, and in your salvation. How greatly shall he rejoice? You have given him his heart's desire. Have you ever received anything better than what God gave you? Not. You have given him his heart's desire. He said, you have not withheld the request of his lips. Verse 3 says, you have prevented him with the blessing of goodness. Has God ever prevented you? There are a few times God has prevented me. And the truth is, a few times I was dense. Have you ever been dense? Tell the truth, shame the devil. The truth is, I was dense. And there are a few times that God was preventing me and I thought it was the devil. And I was rebuking the devil and it was God. And it wasn't the devil preventing me, it was God preventing me. David said, I'm rejoicing in your salvation. You have blessed me, but you've also prevented me. You have blessed me, but you have also prevented me. And thank God there are things that he's kept us out of. Thank God there are things that he kept us from. Thank God there are jobs that we never got. Do you know there are miracles that we receive that we'll never know about? There are miracles that we've received that we'll never know about because something didn't happen. We didn't get hurt. We were not in that accident. We didn't get that job. We didn't have that problem. There are miracles we've received, Ken, that we'll never know about. At least not on this earth. Because God stopped something from happening. I just wanted to share with you today, God knows who you are. He knows what you're going through. He knows what your concerns are. He knows what keeps you awake at night. Knows what breaks your heart. He knows. He knows all about that sore thumb. He knows all about that sore thumb. But see what happens, sometimes we get so caught up in what we don't have that we forget the blessing of what we do. And